Scorpio. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and this is a monthly reading for you. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that it's encouraging. I hope it's supportive, and that it comes alongside you in some way and assists you in gaining a greater sense of clarity. I hope it provides you a sense of confirmation and validation to anything that you're experiencing, feeling, navigating at this time. That being said, Scorpio, as always, as you pay attention to the messages, bounce them all off your own intuition first and foremost. You know yourself best. You are the expert of you. Take what you want and leave the rest, okay? All right, let's get into it, Scorpio. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the bell. If you're sensitive to sound, this is the time to turn down the volume or mute the reading for a second, okay? Here we go. Calling all Scorpios. All right. Okay, Scorpio. How can I best support the beautiful Scorpios out there? Thank you so much for being you, by the way. Thank you for being here. Big warm welcome to anyone who may be new, and a big hello. Welcome back to anyone who's been here before. Scorpio. Queen of Cups, there you are, there you are. We just had that full moon in Capricorn at the time I'm recording this reading, just a few days ago. I heard light as a feather, and with the Queen of Cups, okay, so there's an emotional lightness here. The World. Yeah, that's really liberating feeling. Emotional liberation. There's certain things that have come to a close, and ultimately it's at a place that feels good. There's a lot of grace and acceptance that I feel in this energy, and with it being the Queen of Cups, you know, this has not come easily. There's a lot to this to get to the Queen of Cups. And with the World, the road is open, right? So there's new things opening up. Nine of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely there's a feeling of Libra also got this kind of energy of there's a protective nature, there's a guardedness over this new beginning, this open road, this direction that you're going. So it's like it's over, but there's this vigilance because the World is that closure and opening. So I hope this is making sense. It's like it's that sense of like, am I fully out of the woods yet? You know, it's over, but it's freshly over. Like the new beginning is very much in its infancy and opening before you. Okay, so that's interesting. That's cool. So there's a lot of oh my gosh, I'm just trying to think of, someone described the Nine of Wands in such an interesting way. There's this sense of more space opening up more space available. And so with this Nine of Wands, there's also this parameter checking, protecting this new beginning. That's what it is. It's just feeling very protective over this new beginning, and protective over the heart with the Queen of Cups. The Fool, yes, the new beginning, protective over the new beginning. There's this exciting nature to this energy. It feels like driving with nowhere in particular to go, no rush, windows down, a good song playing on the radio. There's a sense of adventure here. There's a really fun sense of adventure here. And there's this wisdom that I feel here, Scorpio, due to the emotional depths that you have reached in these last chapters that have been coming to a close, that have ended, right? There's so much that you've learned, and there's this application of that. It's like you've learned how to wield fire. Yeah. Wow. King of Coins. This is beautiful, Scorpio. There's so much room to blossom further into your beauty, further into your magnitude, your majesty. And then here's these thorns. Again, it's like this balance between sharpness and softness. This is where this like wielding of fire, really learning how to hone the element of fire. You are partially a fire sign, right? Mars rules your energy as well as Pluto. Queen of Swords. There's just such a powerful indication of learning how to protect one's energy more. Like, and really like standing on business. Scorpio, standing on business. And there's this opportunity opening up to actualize in a way that really sings to your heart, okay? It really sings to your heart, and that's where this like protection, this protective energy is coming in, really applying all the lessons that you've learned thus far to safeguard this opportunity, safeguard this space, this room to grow into that's opening up before you, that you have cleared for yourself as well. And there's this acceptance and this grace for what has come to be, and this expression of love and prosperity and abundance and adventure opening up. Wow. With the Queen of Swords too, like just really operating with such clarity. Like the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands is just not an energy to mess with. Like, especially looking with this deck, like That's powerful energy right there. I love how the sword is coming out of the water, which is also one of your elements. You are a fire water sign. So there's definitely this sense of mastery here within your elements, fire and water, and that informing the mind with the sword here, the clarity, the truth, the boundaries, the ideas, the intention, the expression. Really clear with yourself and with others about what you need. Very fair energy, Scorpio. I sense a lot of fairness, but no like bones about it, you know, like I've got the 7 of coins. Yeah, they're creeping up the lattices. There's the sense of growth and expansion and elevation. There's a lot of success that you're bringing into this new chapter, as well as a lot of space to grow, to plant new things, to expand the garden, to have room. It has room to climb up. It has room to bloom, you know. The 7 of coins is also about taking a step, taking a pause and looking at how far you've come, what's worked, what hasn't, and applying that learning moving forward to how it is that you're going about growing your garden. The Chariot. There's such momentum here, Scorpio. Yep. Powerful, powerful momentum. And flow. There's this cosmic flow to this, riding the waves and the frequencies of the universe here. Again, there's this opportunity, there's this opening up here, and it feels as though you see it, you feel it, you've had a strong hand in creating it, and it's here. And the things in the world that have come to a close are being firmly put in the past, which leaves, again, a lot of space. And that's where this perimeter check is. This is where, you know, there's this discernment and guardedness, right? And it's not closedness, it's just being on guard. And being very clear and really, really actualizing the ideas that you have. And then there's a lot of like prosperity and positivity. There's a lot of generosity here. The King of Coins. There's this discernment around generosity too, being discerning about who and what you're generous with, and also observing who and what is generous with you. The Devil. I heard, like, immediately when I heard that, it's like, devil, like, be gone. That's where this Queen of Swords and this 9 of Wands is coming in, like, applying that energy to confronting anything that comes up that attempts to hold you back, you know, like fear, self-sabotage, you know, certain unhealthy coping mechanisms, imposter syndrome, you know, as well as external forces, any sort of external projections or others' fears, others' self-doubt, you know, others' insecurities, any kind of manipulation or anything sabotage, anything like that. It's just, there's this real vigilance with that. It's not hypervigilance. I don't sense that. And if you do find yourself in that energy, you know, really come back to that Queen of Cups, the heart space, remembering how far you've come and that you are absolutely equipped to handle this, and you are on the road to freedom, and things look really, really exciting. Keep trusting yourself, you know, taking in the perspectives from others that you trust, and just, you know, remembering what's yours, and, you know, identifying what is others as well. This is where it's like this little sapling, you know, and they need to put like a cone around it in order to protect it. There's a lot of energy that's needed to protect this room and this sapling that is just been planted and is rooting and has so much room to grow. Okay, so I hope that this makes sense. I hope that this makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of burdens being released here. And with that, you know, this is where this kind of devil energy can come in, you know, the guilt or the shame that comes with releasing certain things as well, and making the necessary changes to lighten your load. Let's go to Oracle. Scorpio. Scorpio. What's coming up for Scorpio? Yeah, and this full moon in the background of the Queen of Cups too is just another sign of like some things coming to fruition. You know, full moons are a time of release. Things coming to fruition and release. Things coming to results to fruition, you know. So again, going back to the beginning of the reading, feeling light as a feather, lightening the load. Wow, interesting reading, Scorpio. Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Let me show you again. Look at that. Look at that beautiful garden. You know, that's definitely a reference that's come up a couple times in this reading, the growing of a garden, cultivating the garden. It's like the sense of, you know, weeding the garden has taken place. Now there's this room, this rich soil in order to plant the next things that you want to plant, and, you know, assessing all the things that, you know, could like potentially threaten the garden, right? You know, keeping the deer out, pests, right? Weeds, things like that, keeping on top of it. Weather as well, making sure water, there's a lot of tending here. But this also with the garden, rest and renewal, there is this like lightness to the energy. There's the sense of like puttering in one's garden. It's not a hyper vigilant. It's not this. It's not. There's not a huge sense of urgency. There's a confidence in this energy, and an enjoyment, and, you know, there is a sense of cultivating more room to blossom and to be and to love and to rest, right? Like there is this sense of relief here. And with the Garden of Venus card coming out, it feels like there's a permission to like rest on your laurels here for a second, you know? slow down, feel and just witness how far you've come. Feel the relief that comes with these closing chapters. So you really can put them to rest, where you can put them firmly in the past and like take the time necessary and allow the emotions to move through your body, you know, and when that happens, we need more rest. But there is this confidence in what it is that you're cultivating, confidence in the garden that you are growing. And the more that the garden grows, the more rest and renewal is felt as well, because it's like, I mean, it's your garden of delight, Scorpio. It's your garden of delight. Let's get you a postcard from Spirit. So we got two. The first one is, Dear you, there's always more than one side to an argument, two sides, if not more, to every story, and hundreds of ways to be right, be different, be at odds, and so on. Today we suggest that instead of looking for differences, you find a meeting place of agreement and approach this experience with understanding and compassion. Seek common ground to understand how another person thinks or how an alternate plan might be laid. Stay out of judgment too. Observe, discern, but accept that others have different stories, experiences, and journeys, and some people might refuse to remain open to another's point of view. No matter what, you've been presented with a great opportunity to explore a new way of doing things once common ground is reached. You're attracting people and situations that enrich your life and bring you wonderful things to learn. We love you so much. That's the first one. And then the second one is, Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can. As long as it's not used to manipulate others, the truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Loving you always. Well, Scorpio, I hope that this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.